There's not one in there. There's two of them in there. Two of them, they don't know how to park. What up, Angel? I mean, at least they're on the right side of the road this time. But they're still sitting in the middle of a traffic lane with no lights, like a bunch of idiots. I mean, they're doing a little better than most. They're sitting up by the road, but you still can't just sit wherever you want. What up, Rover? Good to see you. Yeah. What up? Just trying to figure out why you guys are sitting in the middle of the road, hanging out. Just trying to figure out why you guys are sitting in the middle of the road, hanging out. Yeah, but does that mean you can just park in the middle of the traveling lane?
Yeah, we're on a side street, just looking laser enforcement. Everyone else is safe right now.
You don't think it'd be safer to get out of the lane of travel?
What's that? I can't hear you.
You don't think it'd be safer to be like out of the lane of travel?
This is the side, and this is the low travel, no cars are passing.
You're in the middle of the road. You're a foot off the side of the road.
Yeah,
That's not the off to the side. That's in the middle of the road, bro.
We're just doing traffic enforcement, my man.
So you could break the law to try and catch somebody else breaking the law?
I was gonna say, if you see someone else sitting at a stop sign like you're doing right now,
It's impeding.
would you pull over and give him a ticket?
Oh, this guy.
Would you pull him over and give him?
Offense.
Well, you tell me you're the cop.
Any offense.
You should know the law.
I've watched them pull cars. They've had a headlight out, and I've watched them pull cars over. They've had headlights out and pulled cars over for headlights. I've caught it all.
Of course they do.
I was here the other day. At least they're on the right side of the road this time. Last time they were on that side. You literally turn in and hit them, dude.
And cops do shit like that all the time.
Yeah.
They make good cops look like bad cops when cops do stuff like that.
Doing stuff I can't even hear. Stuff like
It's okay. You don't need to hear what I'm saying. You're not gonna listen anyways.
I always listen, man. That's it. I've always listened to him.
He's been all right, but it doesn't justify. It doesn't make it okay. Have a good one, bro. Check it out, yo. The Constitution State.
I've seen you.
All right.
Stay safe.
If you got anything, bro, message me. Some random guy stuff. But so they're doing traffic enforcement. They're going to block the whole road. Nobody can pull out. They actually have to go around them if they want to leave. Where cars, so if somebody's turning on and they're going around, there's going to be a head-on. It's going to be their fault. Is that ticket really worth it? Like, it's a hit or miss. Been trying to get them out of the back of the parking lots, and then you do, and then they do this. Don't really make much sense. Who do we got here? What up, Gypsy? Press harder. What up, bro? Angel. Yeah, 4 feet past the stop sign. Just hanging out. And I don't care. I'll literally just sit here and tape him. That was dope, though. Just some random guy came up and went in, too. Trying to see who's driving. Oh. I wish I had my goddamn sign with me. It's always one of these streets, too. And it's weird because some of these cars have automatic radars. Like the radar's just set up. It looks like these guys are actually doing a radar. What up, Silent J? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, literally, NFA's right there. They're always in one of these streets. Usually they're in the back of the church parking lot down there behind me. But I've been seeing them up here lately. But this is what they do. They break the law to catch other people breaking the law. Oh, stop filming the police because Kirk said so. Kirk, get a life. Thank you, Steeler. They already told us what's up. You know what's funny is I have a tape measure. I have all this stuff in my bag. I just didn't bring it because I wasn't even planning on doing this. I was literally going to the store. Doc, that's very solid advice. Of course they don't mind. They don't get in trouble. Yeah, this is right now, Silent. I'm literally out here right now. The driver's binocular or radar. I don't know what it is. Is it a radar? I would assume it's a radar. I wish it wasn't live. If it wasn't live, I'd go on Google Maps and I'd tell her, I'd put it on the maps. I don't know, the one in the passenger seat I've never really had a problem with, but I don't even think I've ever broke it out on the live DJ, but I went back and measured, like when they arrested me in Willimantic, and they had a kid like 5 feet from them, and he was okay. And then they pushed me back and arrested me when I was over 20 feet away. I went back and measured all that. Imagine how much crap you'd find if you raided the PD. What up, Roy? And I don't know who that guy was, but he knew us. And I think that's dope. Oh, they're gonna solicit. Are they soliciting? Pork. This is the first time I actually see them doing traffic. Usually they just sit out here and they make it look like they're doing something. Yeah. It's alright, because if they pull somebody over, I'm going to tape that. Norwich, Connecticut.
Someone's appreciative of our traffic enforcement.
Hey man,
Someone parks down for their road, you know?
I'm not saying you're not, but you should be doing it legal. Aren't your lights supposed to be on if you're just sitting in the middle of the road? Yeah, they are. Don't lie. You're lying. Don't kill it, dude. Just don't talk if you're gonna lie. Huh? Is what that way? It's not lights. It's not red and blues.
They are.
Where?
They go amber, then they go red, blue.
So how's somebody gonna see that pulling in?
Well, you don't see it pulling in from the side. There's a regular traffic going on.
All right.
I know what you're trying to say, but
Well, it is. You're parked in the middle of the road, dude. I just watched somebody last week parked on the other side of the road and making cars go around, and there was almost an accident. I mean, I appreciate you being on the right side of the road, but you're still just sitting in the middle of the road. I said you're still just sitting in the middle of the road. There's plenty of spots around here that you could just not be in the middle of the road. What up, Brandon? Let's see if the lights are going. Yeah. So they got an amber. Does it go back and forth? Yeah, they're on. Pretty much.
I'm not lying to you, bro. We're on the right side of the road, so cars turning in, don't need to...
No, I get that's better than last week. I don't know who that was, but they were like retarded, dude.
Well, I'm a little bit better, bro. You gotta give me some props.
I will. I give you that, but I still don't agree.
just trying to teach the new guys, man. That's it.
Well, why don't you teach them to pull off to the side of the road?
Because I don't want them to hit a stop sign, honestly. We can't get much closer. We're a couple feet.
It's just not the area.
I can't
I'm just saying it's not the area. I don't think you should be there. If you can't pull over and you're in the middle of the road, I don't think you should be there. I mean, if you're allowed to, if you say you're allowed to, you can, but I'm allowed to disagree, and to me, that's dumb.
I'm not saying you're not allowed to, bro.
I wouldn't. If I sat in the middle of the road, I'd get impeding traffic. I would get all sitting at all sorts of stuff.
Driving suspended license too.
Why?
Your license is suspended.
Mine is? No, it's not. Since when? Why are you running my license? Huh? My license is, I fixed it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Then there you go. I don't keep count of everything.
All right. Well, yeah, that it was suspended when they stole it. When Master Nani put it in his pocket and left. That's when it was suspended. But that was 9 months ago. No, I fixed it since then. What up, B-Mac? Just checking this out. What up? How's it out there? I heard there's a lot of stuff going on out there in North Haven. One of the worst departments there. North Haven sucks. New Haven, any of the Havens. I think that, ugh. New Haven attacked me just for taping in a lobby. Yeah. That dude, I seen a thing the other day. What up, Frank? That they were saying that they're being targeted and all sorts of stuff when they're some of the most brutal cops in the whole state. Yeah, B-Mac, ain't nobody out here. Ain't no lawyers out here going against them. Dude, I've gotten easy open and shut cases, and you can't even find a lawyer. What up from Uncasville? We got to help each other out and learn how to do it ourselves. Tons of traffic. Like, I'm not complaining that they're out. They say speeding's a huge problem out here. Stop the speeders, but you're not close to the side of the road. You're not off to the side of the road. You're literally in the middle of the road. Be easy, bro. Stay safe. Kay died. And I don't want to be wrong, but I think that's the cop that was one of the main ones in that Jenkins Parks incident. I got to go back and look. And I have dealt with him a few times, like when the other kid was there, and he's like, "Oh, I've been all right." Technically he has been okay, but like I said, I think he was involved in the Jenkins Park incident where they beat that kid up, and that goes both ways. They have their justification, but I don't think going to a scene with 200, 300 people and 2 cops, the cops getting out and running in without announcing themselves and then macing the kid that's fighting from the back and then jumping on him is the answer. Because that kid claims he had no idea it was the cops when he turned around and grabbed them. And then they added all these charges on it because he did turn around and grab them. He said he thought he was being jumped, so he grabbed them. And that's what they'll do. They'll sit there for a little bit. They eventually get fed up and drive away. And he was also there when the court employee down here. Did everybody see that video the other day? Long Island Audit did, where he was in Connecticut and they wouldn't let him bring his phone in court. That's that court right down here. That's Norwich Court. And that is literally nothing new. That's new to him because he doesn't come down here or deal with Connecticut like that. He He really doesn't. I don't remember when his last case was down here, but that's been happening to me for 2 years. I can't go to any court. They lie and say there's a court order, a judge's order, so I can't bring my phone in court, except they can't produce it. They've never seen it. They all admit to never even seeing it. And now they're not even saying it's a judge's order anymore. Now they're just saying, oh, our boss told us to. So Norwich is just full of it. I mean, that's the court, so that's a little separate. The department, I feel like, I don't know, is split. He has always been okay, but like, dude, you're literally teaching the guy to just pull over in the middle of the road and I'm gonna do traffic here. Like, no. And then he did have his lights on, but like, what are those two tiny ass lights in the back doing? Nobody's coming from that way. And of course, the people on the street are gonna be happy. Like, I don't think you could have pissed those dudes off if you wanted to. But that's it. Like I said, I didn't even come out here for that. I don't have none of my, I literally just have my phone. I went fishing this morning. That's why I thought he ran my license. I'm like, what do you mean my license is suspended? Like, nope. And that's why I thought he was running it. I'm like, what? Because Willimantic will do that. They'll, as soon as you show up, they will run you. And they will find, if they have anything they can grab you for, they will. So, be careful out there. Snark and Sass, what up? NTZ Claw. Silent J, what up, bro? BMAC. Starvos. Dura. Steelers, Brandon Mitchell. Bradley Sharp. Paul Walker. Peter. Confused. Vic. We got a bunch of people in here. I appreciate everybody. I'm not going to hold everybody. Oh, what up, Good Time? I appreciate that, dude. We don't get super chats much. So I love it when you do it. Thank you. I do appreciate it. If we see anything else, we'll jump back on. I'm not going to hold everybody. Yeah, guilty until proven innocent. That's like a folklore now. That's like how it used to be. There ain't, no, I don't believe there's no such thing. You get, Connecticut now, if you get out, even if they let you out on a PTA, a promise to appear, right? You get in trouble and you say, all right, they say, we're not going to give you a bond. We'll give you a promise to appear. Now they're mandating that you do some sort of program and you be babysat by some third party program. And I really think it's just about money. You know what I mean? They're trying to make it as expensive as they can. And it's just crazy. Like, why? If I'm innocent and I'm not proven guilty, why would I have to go do this dumb shit? Why would I have to do any of that? You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to do any of that until I'm found guilty of whatever you said I'm doing. But Connecticut's crazy. They're literally, this state is insane. I don't care what department you deal with. I don't care. You could be the most rural area, like the most urban area. They're all literally the same. The video I posted yesterday was from Connecticut. That was like 2 years old, and I just found that a Troop C officer off duty pulled this dude over in Vernon and pretty much threatened him. Oh, I'll see you in Stafford, buddy. Like, what? Because he gave him the bird? Got his feelings hurt? Troop C is horrible. Troop C, I think, is like, honestly, the ones that we hear the most about. Out in the middle of nowhere. Who did that? Steeler, I appreciate you, brother. It's crazy because it's hard times right now on everybody, so I appreciate that stuff, guys. And I don't know who that random dude was. I love that. That's usually people walk up and they'll either like watch or they won't say anything at all, or they'll just start. I haven't gotten crap in a long time, but he was like on it. He was talking crap to him too. And then at the end, I told him the chin. I was like, oh no, I know who it is. Keep recording him. That's what he said. Just keep recording him. I got to. Even when it's boring. Usually on little stuff, I don't like going live, but I also don't want to stand there bored, and I'd rather talk to my homies. Like, it's just, I like the Packers too. I think they should get it. That would be nice. Yeah, but the problem is we're not even paying the third party. The third party is coming through court. They pay for it. So it all looks like they're spending all this extra money on somebody that they don't even need to be spending. How much does it cost to mandate somebody to do groups weekly or therapy and urines? You know what I mean? It isn't anything cheap. And that's like Norwich. They're so crazy out here. They gave a kid that hit a telephone pole. He paid off like all of it. He said it was a couple grand. He got it down to $300, and he got in a car accident and he got hurt. He even had notes saying he was hurt. He couldn't work for a while. They ended up making him, oh, well, you're just going to go on probation for a year, and we'll get rid of that fee. For $300, we're going to pay way more than $300 to put that kid on probation for a year. And then once he's in probation, I see him out here all the time. Now he has to do all of their groups and all of their dumb stuff. So it's not just, oh, I'm going to go check in with a PO once a week or once every other week or once, whatever they mandate. You know what I mean? So now it's that, groups, and he's not homeless, but he's pretty much homeless. Like, so that's not coming out of his pocket. Like, it just makes no sense. They're hoping now they could turn that year of probation into whatever, sentence, 10 years probation. If he messes up again, they're just going to keep adding it on. Like, that's crazy. That literally blows my mind. But it's all about what's cheapest for the public. Like, even with anything. You go to court in Connecticut, you could be 100% innocent. Oh, who did that? What up, Blood Nose? I appreciate that, brother. And Good Time. And Steeler. You can go to court in Connecticut. You can have all the evidence with you. You can have it all on video. Their videos can show it. And the prosecutor's still going to go off the police report, dude. I did that in New Britain for 18 months. It took me 18 months and a suppression hearing just to get the prosecutor to even look at my footage. And even after they saw the footage and the judge said, oh, guess what? We don't think this should, we shouldn't move forward to this. We do not want this going to the appellate court. And I had a lawyer at the time. For some reason, my lawyer just kept giving them continuances instead of saying, no, we need to dismiss this. He kept saying, oh, take your time. After 3 months of continuances, they finally said, all right, well, if you're not going to take anything, we're going to go to trial. Dude, the judge admitted I wasn't detained. Because in Connecticut, it's false. It's not even true. But they're trying to say that you have to give your name during a Terry stop. You have to. When you don't. We don't have an ID statute. You do not have to. And that's what they're saying I did. The judge chose the time of detention in that case when the cop physically stopped me from walking away. The cop came into court. She lied on the stand. The prosecutor let her lie on the stand. And the judge, who's that? LRD, I appreciate you too, bro. Everybody, I really do appreciate that. I don't ask for them just because I don't feel like that's what it's about. But I really don't make crap off YouTube. So I appreciate every little bit. It's a lot goes into this. Like, this is just, I'm just walking right now, but you know what I mean? Gas, everything. So, but yeah, and even though I wasn't detained when they asked me the questions and all this, the judge still will not dismiss the case. They still want to go to trial. I wrote Danielson. I wrote a dismissal there. All the laws, everything, this has already been ruled on 1,000,000 times. Even in Connecticut, there's plenty of case law from here, the Supreme Court, everywhere, stating that you're allowed to record the cops. Interfering is more than just them saying it. All of this. And the judge looked at me and he said, okay, well, that seems like an issue for trial. Why would we have to go to trial if I'm asking you to look at the evidence and look at the case and show you that nothing is here? That's literally your job. It's not an issue for trial. Like, Dura, the lawyer, I don't even want to get into that, dude. Technically, I don't know. I didn't pay for that lawyer. Somebody close to me that had them retained for another huge case, like, lent them to me. You know what I mean? Had them pick up my case. But honestly, I didn't like the outcome of anything. And I fired him on that case. I don't feel like he should have been giving them continuances. They wouldn't give me crap. They also denied me a speedy trial. They told me that my charges don't qualify, which is complete BS. Interfering in breach of peace and trespassing, you can have a speedy trial on. They also, let's not forget that, but the lawyer, the court forced me to bring the lawyer on. I did not want to bring him on. And they said, you need to come back in 2 days with a lawyer. And I said, that makes no sense at all. But they were going to lock me up, like literally. So I came back with a lawyer. And all I do is feel like that, it hurt me. He was fighting the wrong battle too. He was fighting the Terry stop alone. He seems to think that they can ask you your name for no reason and stuff like that. And they only are going off of all that because there's one piece of case law from 2006 where the state won. The appellate court overturned it and said, no, you guys can't do that. That's wrong. And then the Supreme Court overturned it again. And the only reason they overturned it, which I think is BS in my eyes, because I don't think you should have to go into court and claim a right. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you have a God-given constitutional right, you shouldn't have to go into court and claim it. Well, the guy didn't, when he was going through the process originally, he didn't tell them that he was protected under the First Amendment, and he didn't put in a First Amendment claim. So that's why he lost the case. You can read right through it, and it says it. And the state uses that as like, it's okay to arrest people for not identifying, for interfering. It's just nobody's brought the case back up, and nobody's fought it again. But it's kind of like mine now. It doesn't get brought back up because they either drop the cases or they dismiss them, so they can't get back in front of the court. They're abusing everybody all over the state of Connecticut with that. Everybody, everywhere. It's an epidemic on the other side. Litchfield and all them over there where all the rich counties are, they're literally arresting people every day for interfering. There's lawyers over there that specialize in interfering because people are getting arrested all the time for interfering. Like, for not interfering. They don't get it anywhere. Cop in Plainfield told me, 2 weeks ago, oh, you have to identify any time a cop asks, or it's interfering. And I was like, what? You're literally crazy, dude. Like, how do you even say this stuff? You figure, like, I don't know, everybody says they know, and some people claim they don't know. Like, what would you guys say? Do you think the cops know this stuff, or are they really this ignorant? Because I'm telling you what, I know even if I knew something, or if I was gonna lie, if somebody's standing there with a goddamn camera on me, I'm not gonna lie to them. Like, you know what I mean? It's, even if they don't figure out it's a lie right now, they're gonna figure it out sooner or later. And like we were talking about the lawyers, like honestly, in my opinion, lawyers are trash. They're literally there to hurt us. They're literally there to get in our way. I had a public defender in Danielson, and I was using them to get all the records and everything, because there's a real problem with these courts giving us records, even if you're pro se, you know what I mean? They don't want to give us anything. So I was going to have them do all the footwork, then I was going to fire them. So, but she actually got it. Let me light this cigarette. She actually like got it and was like, this is BS, dude. And I was like, yeah, I know. So then I go into court, and like, all right, well, we're going to take your lawyer, and we're going to give you a special public defender, and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm trying to get remote hearings in all of these cases, because every time I go to these courthouses, like this fine courthouse right here, they steal my property, and I can't enter with a phone. I get singled out. I get pretty much discriminated against, even though I've never been in trouble at court, and I've never got caught doing anything wrong at court. They act like I have. And they make up that I have a judge's order, I've been served, all this stuff that never happened. So I wanted remote hearings. And my new lawyer told me that I'm in a bad spot, and there's tons of case law backing up the state on what they're doing. And I said, I'd like to see it, because that's weird that you would have case law saying they can do what they can do, but I have all this case law stating that I'm right. I wouldn't be out here breaking the law, dude, if it was wrong, and recording it. You know what I mean? Well, who does that? So he's getting fired too, and that's a hard one, because there's 3 cases there. 4 now. They put the driving case in with it. So, and that's all Giller. So let's call him in and let's start doing this, because this is literally my last one, brother. So, and it is too. I'd give him one if I had one, but they're all with that same officer, Giller from Willimantic. So, oh, we got bootlickers in here? No way. What up? We got Toe in here now, Johnny Boy. We still got the Show Me Squatch. What up? Buck Nuttage. Random. Johnny. Yeah, though. So it's literally crazy. I don't know. I don't think you should have to go to court for a year or two if you have the evidence showing that you did nothing wrong, if you have the laws, if it's already been ruled on in the Supreme Court. I should not have to come to court for a year or two. Look at this jaywalking coming up. I got jaywalking coming up September 12th when they beat me up and stole my ID out here in Norwich. The supervisor last week told me that's not jaywalking. I said, I know that's not jaywalking. He tried saying, well, it's still not using a crosswalk. But the problem with that is you have to impede traffic. You're allowed to cross the road. You just can't impede traffic. So, which I didn't do. In the video, his video, it clearly shows me stay there and wait for like a minute to 2 minutes for the road to clear. And then I crossed. And that's under, I don't know if everybody knows about that yet, but that's actually under an investigation. Internal Affairs is looking into that incident. So we'll see what comes of that. But they told me that night they were going to go review the footage right away. And he was right back out on the street hurting and harassing people. So even if they did review it, I don't know what good it does. They knew that night if they reviewed it that I didn't jaywalk, and they still chose to slow the fuck down, retard. They still chose to sign a warrant and put it through knowing I didn't jaywalk. This is the same department that did that to me 2 years ago for creating a public disturbance that I didn't create, and I even showed them that I didn't do anything wrong. And they still said, yeah, well, we need your ID. And they gave me the ticket because I wouldn't give them my ID. So, and that's the same court. That court, guys, dude. We had trial set for that. The judge called out sick. This was COVID time. So she called out sick, right? 2 weeks later, I was sick. I called court the day before. They said, just call us tomorrow, let us know. So I did that. Right? I go out like the next day, I get arrested because they put a warrant out for me for failure to appear. Paid that off, go to court. That judge would make me sit there for a minor infraction for creating public disturbance. She would make me sit there all day, every day, till the end of the day. Right before it all ended, there was 8 to 10 people left in court. 5 minutes till lunch. I went to lunch. She decided to not call lunch at 1 and see the rest of the people. So when I came back, even though in Connecticut they're not supposed to write their warrants before 4 o'clock unless there's a very good reason, she wrote a warrant for me for going to lunch 5 minutes early and said I missed court. Luckily, the marshals knew I was there, and the clerks, everybody knew I was there, so they let me put in a motion to vacate, which I did. And she's so dumb, she let her greed, her ego get to her, because that's what ended up saving me. Because when I put in the motion to vacate, they make you come back to court the very next day. So I did. Different prosecutor, different judge, everybody. And they literally, when I went in front of the judge, he was like, what is this? And I was like, yeah, exactly. Can you tell me? Because I don't know. I literally look at guys. A Domino's driver drove by and I said, oh. And then he chose to stop and back up in the road and start running his mouth. And I didn't say anything except for, I got nothing to say to you, dude. Like, you already played your hand. You're a fool. Well, he called the cops and they said I was creating a public disturbance. And then I showed him the video and they said, well, we still need your ID. So the judge was like, this is crazy. Go talk to the state's attorney. Come back with a thing. State's attorney took the file. She read it for a few minutes and she came out and she said, the same thing, literally the same thing the judge said. What is this? And I said, that's what I would like to know. And she told me, just like this is very, 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 very stupid. I just want you to know that. And I said, you know what? I absolutely agree with you. I said, so what are we going to do? And she's like, I'm dismissing it. And she threw it out. So it's just crazy. That's the court right there. That is where Long Island Audit tried to go in, and they stole his phone. That midget that was telling him he can't have his phone in there is the same midget that called the cops on me last fall for taping out back. He's the same marshal that was standing there when the building supervisor came out and attacked me. He let him do it. Instead of telling him, no, he's allowed to do that, because he knew, because they called the cops four times on me in a week for filming out back. He let him attack me. Like, they're crazy. And then they walk around like they're something special. They're all literally half retarded. All of them. But he is. I call him midget. Dude, in the video, if you watch the video where he attacked me, he's standing next to, I think it was the Norwich cop dude that was just up there at the stop when we were talking. He was there and like 3 other ones. And Norwich blew that whole thing, dude. They said they were quote unquote investigating it. They let the dude walk around for an hour, half hour. They didn't detain him. He could go inside. He could go do whatever he wanted. Then they decided they were going to call the state police. But they had already botched it. So when the state police showed up, they had to do what they were doing. They just followed their lead. I wanted the dude arrested. They wouldn't arrest him. But the state police said they're going to put a warrant out for him. I got a call a few days later saying that the warrant was signed and it was off to court. Well, the following Friday, the same officer, I forgot his name, but he was out of Troop E, called me, and he's like, I'm just calling to tell you because I know you're going to be pissed when you find out, and I'd rather just tell you. It got here, the prosecutor signed off on it, yet the judge wouldn't prosecute him. The judge threw the case out. Why was he even coming to his own court? I would find that a conflict of interest, but they didn't think so. So they literally let him off, and that's way more serious than the supposed jaywalking. So I don't know why they're going to attempt to prosecute me for quote-unquote jaywalking when they literally let their employees, all their employees, park in police parking in the back. They park in a handicap all day, and the town says they can. The town says that they're the same as an officer, except an officer can't do that either. So I don't know what they're talking about, but it's literally crazy. I'm going to jump off, though. If I see anything else, I'll come back on. I appreciate everybody. I see you, John. I'll talk to you. I don't know, bro. You're kind of slow. Do you realize that the streaming has nothing to do with the phone? You clearly don't know that. So it goes off of the service, and we have 4G right now. So that's why it looks like that. It's not the phone, genius. But I'll talk to you guys in a bit. If we see anything, we'll come on. Little crybabies, I'm looking forward to you too. We need whiners.